Welcome back to Offroad Outlaws, guys, and today we are going to be doing something a little bit different with our Charger build. Now, if you remember from last time, this thing was essentially a full-power street car. We left the gas engine in there, and we took it as far as we could possibly go. Now, we're going to be diesel swapping it and turning it into a Charger monster truck, and then seeing what that is all about. Now, first off, we're going to go ahead and go straight to the upgrades, and we're going to diesel swap it. Now that it's diesel swapped, we're going to make sure that it's already maxed out on the Stage 4 Turbo, and we're going to go to the tuning, we're going to go to the dyno, and we've got to see what this thing can run with the diesel swap, because I've never actually diesel swapped one of these Chargers. This is my very first time even touching it, so let's see what happens. Oh, it properly lifts the front end up. 2,373 foot-pounds of torque and 1,410 horsepower. Oh my god, I would say that'll be able to turn the big tires. Okay, all right, that's a lot. And I kind of want to drive it before we put the giant tires on it because, like, part of me is just like, dude, if you don't drive it before putting the bigger tires on it, you're missing out. You know what I mean? So let me get it just kind of off the ground. And now I'm just going to take it out to, like, somewhere super simple, like desert, for just a quick, like, straightaway blast and just see what this thing is actually like to drive. All right. So first time driving it with the diesel swap, and I'm going to leave the speedometer up for the moment. Let's go. Oh my god. Dude, what? It's so fast. What? This thing is insane. Oh, you're gonna make the... Nope. Well, we didn't quite make the flip. But you know what? That's fine. Alright, so now that I know how fast it actually is and how fast it actually feels, it's time to swap the suspension out on this thing. So, suspension-wise, we're going to go for the monster suspension, which looks extremely goofy on these street tires, I might add. But that's fine, because the street tires aren't going to be on there for very long. Now, thing is already max upgraded, so essentially what we're going to do is we're going to go for the max travel, and we're going to leave it exactly like that. No, we're not. We're going to go ahead and bump the rear travel all the way up as well. And then steering-wise in the back, I'm going to do like 0.3. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that feels. Shock size is going up to a 1.5 front and back. And then damping is going up to about, I'm going to say like 2,900. And we'll go from there. Almost there. There we go. Well, 3K, 2,900. It's not that big of a deal. But I did want to make sure that we got it dialed in. So let's do the front width. And I'm going to say for right now, to allow for like wider tires, I'm going to say let's go for 0.5. And if that's too wide, we can always dial it back. So that's good to go right there. And then now, wheels and tires wise, I'm going to go ahead and bump the wheel size all the way up. That looks so goofy. I don't even know what to say about that. That is, oh my god, that's terrible. Bro, what? Oh, that is so bad. Wow. All right, so let me see what... This is terrible. Well, I say don't do this. You can do whatever you would like. That's entirely up to you. You can do whatever you'd like. Let's see. Dealership-wise, no. What are you doing going into the dealership? That's not what I needed. Yes. Yes. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, God. We could dually it. I don't know if we want to dually it, but I mean, we could if we... Jeez. I'm not so sure about that. I mean... Oh, wow. I think actually, you know what? Those make a lot more sense. Now, part of me wants to leave these absolutely ridiculous chrome wheels on it just because it kind of suits the vibe, you know? Like, normally I obviously wouldn't leave gigantic chrome wheels on there like that, but something about it is like, oh god, it looks even more ridiculous when you put the beadlocks on it. It looks so ridiculous. I think I'm going to go ahead and dial down the size a little bit, but I mean, even then, I think we'll be able to keep just a little bit of that comedy factor of, you know, the wheels being that big. Let's say 1.2. That's 1.2 looks a lot more reasonable on something like this. And in terms of, like, anything else, let's see how it flexes. I actually would like to... Whoa! Bro, this has no business flexing that well. Absolutely. Like, look at the rear axle is still completely on the ground. It's still completely on the ground. At, like, okay, so it starts to lift a little bit at, like, 35 degrees of angle. That is monstrous. That's absolutely monstrous. Okay, so we know that it's going to flex. We know that it's going to jump well. We know it's going to run its way down a course well. What I want to know, though, is how it actually feels to drive. And I wonder if it might actually... Yes. I mean, I know that it's not technically like a patrol car right now, but... Oh, I should cut the fenders. That looks gnarly. I should totally cut the fenders. All right, so now, if we go into single player, and we look for, let's see, there's a lot of cool new jobs-related maps up at the top, but we could go to TC's Monster Jam, but I want to go to TC's Quick Race, because I have a feeling that with this much torque, this car should rip right through TC's Quick Race. Now, the only thing about that is the fact that, yes, my tires are gigantic, and obviously in Offroad Outlaws, with the way the tuning system works, that is going to slow you down, because obviously you have so much more rolling resistance the taller your tires get, but I still think it could manage to put down a really good run. Let's see how it gets off the line. It still, I mean, it squealed the tires just a little bit, and that's not easy to do with tires this big in this game. I mean, when your tires are this big, it's kind of hard to do that. All right, pull up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Honestly, seeing the, oh god, seeing the smoke coming out the exhaust in the back really makes me want to put a hood stack on this thing. Come on. Oh, thing needs a manual. The auto programming is a little bit, like, wonky. But, like, it gets down. Like, anything that can hold over 30 to 35 in that mud is ripping. And this thing is more than ripping. I mean, it's more than ripping. It's getting after it is what it's doing. God, I love the way this thing looks, by the way. Is that bad? I'm, like, all about the way this thing looks. And I don't know why, because it's so ridiculous, but, like, it's just hilarious. Like, there's nothing about this thing that isn't absolutely freaking hilarious to me. Now, let's see. Height, can we go down? Yes, that's what I'm going for. Come on. Dude, I love this thing. I don't know why I love it so much, but I absolutely love this thing. And I feel like I shouldn't love it as much as I do, but I really, really do. Now, for stuff like this, I would obviously recommend taking the rear steer out, because that's going to make it a lot twitchier when you have to make little corrections when you're going down the track. And as a matter of fact, I may do that. So let me go back into the suspension tuning, go back into the rear. We'll tune the rear steering out for now, because we can always add it back in, and we'll give it a quick repair and a quick wash. And I wonder what kind of, because I've already got the gear. Oh, wait, actually, I haven't messed with it. Let's see. 3, 2, 2, 0, 1, 5, 0.1, and 0.9. That's kind of my base, like, baseline racing gear setup for that particular map. My buddy Banana actually came up with that gearing, so massive thanks to him for that. Now, let's see, wheels and tires wise, wheel radius is coming down to about a 1.3, I think should be okay. Yeah, 1.3. I know this looks ultra goofy, and I am well aware of that fact, so we're going to go with a 2.0. There we go. Now, this looks insanely goofy, right? Insanely goofy, but I promise you, I promise you that even with the way this thing looks, like how it looks super goofy, it will be miles faster than it was on the previous setup. And the beauty of Offroad Outlaws is once you buy the access to all of those adjustments, you can always just change them back. So it's not like it's permanent, and it's not like you have to live with, you know, that particular setup for the life of owning the car. Oh yeah, look how much faster it is. It is dumb fast. Thing is absolutely dumb fast. Hold on. It's time to send this thing down the track. All right, 3, 2, 1, full send. Oh my god, look how far it jumped. It almost ignores the mud. It's holding over 50. Bro, this thing is holding over 50 miles an hour in the mud. That is, I mean, that's right up there with some of the absolute best of them. And that was a very sloppy run. But even with a very sloppy run, this thing did not care. It absolutely did not care in any way, shape, or form. Now, do I suggest building one of these? Hey, if you want to race on a course like this and absolutely just rip, dude, freaking go for it. I highly, highly recommend it. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.